Hello, my dear students. Today we will talk about the biogeochemical cycles. Three biogeochemical cycles: carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, and nitrogen cycle. We all know in air there are many and various kinds of gases like oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, and many inert gases. Now, specifically, oxygen and carbon in the air maintains the life on the earth. We all know the various processes that plant does in producing the oxygen. While taking up the excess of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, plants gives us oxygen, right? So any interference with the oxygen and carbon cycle will lead to several problems on our earth, right? Now, carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere through the abiotic processes like burning of fossil fuels, wood, forest fire, volcanic activity. Whereas oxygen is released in the atmosphere by the biotic processes of photosynthesis. So we come to know that equilibrium of oxygen and carbon dioxide is very much important for the survival of all the living organism on this beautiful planet Earth, right? And which is maintained by the plants. Talking about the carbon cycle, the circulation and recycling of carbon from the atmosphere to the living organism and after their death back to the atmosphere is known as carbon cycle. Now we can see from here the diagram, the plants take the carbon dioxide and make the food and releases the oxygen in the air. Now when these animals eat the grasses and the leaves, they eat it in the form of food. And when these animals die, after the decomposition of their body, the CO2 is released back into the atmosphere. Also, when these animals do respiration is what? Inhaling of oxygen and exhaling of carbon dioxide. Then also carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere. Also, after some time, after the decomposition of these dead remains becomes fossil, and when these fossils are used in factories and other small scale plant, so there is a combustion happening, and then because of that smoke and fumes that comes out from the factory, the CO2 is released back into the atmosphere. Also, carbon dioxide is given through the combustion from the burning of the fossil fuel from the factories. So excess of carbon dioxide is released through all these processes. So maintaining of carbon dioxide is very much important. That is why we have to plant more and more trees. If carbon dioxide is more, the global warming it will arise, and hence it will be a disbalance in the equilibrium, and then we all have to face the problem, the consequences we all are seeing actually at this point of time, right? Plant convert the carbon dioxide into carbohydrates, and these carbohydrates are eaten by the herbivores, and herbivores are eaten by the carnivores. And in this way, the biotic carbon is transported from the plants to the herbivores, from herbivores to the carnivores, and to the apex carnivores. This is the main reaction that happens during the process of photosynthesis. And then you can see down, after the breaking of this food with the help of oxygen, again the carbon dioxide, water, and energy is given. So this carbon dioxide is released back, and this is known as cellular respiration. This respiration, that means oxidation of food molecules to break down the food molecules into the carbon dioxide, water, and energy. So carbon dioxide is again set free in the atmosphere. So this was about the carbon cycle. Now, as you know, after the death of the consumers, like all living organisms and animals like we and animals, so our body and animals' body are decomposed, and the decomposers like bacteria and fungi, so they again releases the carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So in this way, carbon is continuously passed from one living organism to the another, and after the death, carbon dioxide goes back to the atmosphere. Okay, now coming to the oxygen cycle, we all know what is the percentage of oxygen in the atmosphere. It is 21%. Okay, now we all know oxygen is produced by the plant. We only have the source of oxygen, that is coming from the plant. Also we have atmospheric nitrogen, but to maintain the balance, the plants gives us oxygen in return of carbon dioxide. Here you can see in the diagram, the animals breathe in oxygen, and then after breaking down of sugar molecules, this carbon dioxide is again released, and then this carbon dioxide is taken by the plant, and again the photosynthesis process happens, and O2 is oxygen is released in the atmosphere. Okay. Oxygen is very highly reactive element. It readily reacts with other elements and compound, and in the molecular form, oxygen can be as O2, can be found as O2 like oxygen molecule. In water form, that is H2O, carbon dioxide, CO2, and also in some inorganic compounds. The oxygen cycle in the biosphere is extremely complex. Oxygen is released in the process of photosynthesis, where it is used up by the process like respiration, that means the digestion of the food where energy is produced, combustion, that means burning of anything, decomposition, when the dead matters has to be decomposed, there also oxygen is required, corrosion and rusting are also the processes which require oxygen. And how oxygen is given in the atmosphere? It is given in the atmosphere by the plants. So this is the continuous cycle that happens. Okay, taking of the oxygen by the animals and living organism, and then giving by the plants. So this is about the oxygen cycle. Now come to the nitrogen cycle. So nitrogen cycle is also one of the very important cycle, and we all know that the gases or the gases which is mostly present in the atmosphere is nothing but nitrogen. It is around 78%. But what happens, this nitrogen which is present in the atmosphere is not in usable form. That means we cannot use them, we cannot have any benefit of them, neither we, neither plants. So what is the scenario, how the nitrogen is made useful, how plants make the nitrogen in usable form? So in leguminous plant like pulses, beans, there is a bacteria known as rhizobium. Okay, now these bacteria has the ability to convert the atmospheric nitrogen into usable form of nitrogen. Okay, so what happens, these atmospheric nitrogen set in the soil, and from the soil this atmospheric nitrogen is absorbed by the rhizobium bacteria, and from that it is converted into ammonia. Okay, now this ammonia is taken up by again the different kind of bacteria, that is nitrifying bacteria, where these ammonia are converted into nitrites and nitrates. Okay, so atmospheric nitrogen went to rhizobium bacteria. Rhizobium bacteria converted them into ammonia, that is NH3, and then the nitrifying bacteria converts the ammonia into nitrites and nitrates. Now these nitrites and nitrates are the usable form, which is nicely taken up by the plants, and when plants are taken and the leaves and this food, when animals or we used to have, the nitrogen reaches us. Okay, now how the nitrogen is given back in the atmosphere? So there are denitrifying bacteria. Now this excess of ammonia which is given in the excreta or dead remains, they are converted back into the atmospheric form by denitrifying bacteria. Okay, so the ammonia which is excess is there produced in excreta of human beings and animals, and also in dead remains, those are converted into atmospheric nitrogen, and this process is known as denitrification. And who does that? Denitrifying bacteria are responsible for doing it. Okay, what is nitrification? The conversion of ammonia into nitrites and nitrates, that is known as nitrification. And who does that? Nitrifying bacteria. What is ammonification? Conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia by which bacteria? Rhizobium. Okay, so three different bacteria we have seen: rhizobium, nitrifying and denitrifying. Rhizobium from atmospheric nitrogen to ammonia, Nitrifying bacteria, from ammonia it will give to nitrites and nitrates, and denitrification, the excess of nitrites and nitrates goes back to the atmospheric nitrogen, so that is denitrification. Now student, during the rainfall also, if atmospheric nitrogen is there, so there is a chance that oxygen present in the atmosphere will combine with nitrogen and will form nitrites and nitrates. So rainfall also can give the usable form of nitrogen. Also during the course of time, many research has been done, and we are well reversed that how we can make these ammonia and nitrites and nitrates. So in the factory, you must have heard fertilizer factory. So these fertilizer factory make these all this important fertilizers based on nitrogen and phosphorus and potassium, which plants require. So these are the main sources of nitrogen from where plant can take nitrogen. So with this we completed the 7th chapter, that is flow of energy in ecosystem, where we saw food chain, food web, energy pyramid, and how energy transferred from one trophic level to another trophic level, and 10% conversion of energy that we saw. And then we saw different biogeochemical cycle, that is carbon, oxygen and nitrogen.